in facilities management. What we are doing currently now is a technology that when you go out for inspection, you don't need to go with the conventional logbook and whatever. You just go with your phone, with the app, with the software. You do your inspection, you pick all the defects. Before you know it, it is assigned to a technician. Before you know it, a work order is generated. Before you know it, the job is done by the technician. So it is a kind of chain, reaction. That's what we are doing now. So we deploy many technology to do our work. Also, we are into construction advisory business. Now, if you want to do anything on construction, come and meet us. We have the BIM software that can model your project in such a way that we produce it in a 3D format that you can visually walk through, the building even before it is completed. You will see everything. You want to see the bedroom, you want to see the toilet, you want to see the kitchen, you want to see where you keep your pillow. This BIM software will help you do all that. So that's what we are also into. I talked about energy management. And above all, and that's why we are here, we are into training. We have the very best faculty, and this is no joke, in training when it comes to facilities management. Well researched. You will never get this kind of training anywhere. It is no joke. By the time you finish our training, you will know that you'll be rounded. I took a class the other day and we were talking about strategy, maintenance strategy. I discovered that, most FMs there, they're already working. They do understand maintenance strategy. You deploy the wrong strategy for a particular maintenance item or work, you see that you'll be driving your company into loss. So we research and we come up with models that will address every needs. We talked about quality, we talked about HSC, we talked about everything. So you have the brochure with you, you will see everything. You can't go through this program for 3 months and remain the same. It's not possible. There must be a change, there must be a rewiring around you. And your company will see that, oh, you are delivering value. You see that when facilities managers struggle, they struggle because they don't understand the value proposition of the company. They don't understand the strategy of the company. But with this training, we will make you to align your own strategy with the company's strategy so that at the end of the day, you won't be fighting your management. We see facilities managers fighting their management often. Oh, release money for this. But when you understand the strategy and your company's focus, you will not do that. So I said today we are looking at the training, and that's why you are here today. The FMMC program is it's a well-rounded, robust, researched program. We started this program in 2017. We started with just 21 students. But right now, in 2022, we have trained well over 1,000 students. And and these students are good. I have some FMs that are working under me. They passed through this training. And I want to tell you, they are doing very, very well. Communication-wise, the job, the way they approach their job, they are doing really good. Now, another thing about this program is that it has 95% success rates. 95% success rate. And for you to be among the 5 unsuccessful, it means maybe you didn't attend the class at all. So you definitely have to be among the 95%. Also, one key thing about this is that it has 95% employment rate. I thought you should be clapping very well. A 95% employment rate. It is almost not seen in other professions. By the time you are trained here, in fact, Max-Migold itself will even position you to be employed. I know a lot of, facilities managers that have been employed even by Max-Migold or even by sending them to our numerous clients. It builds a very large community. Now we are building a large community. The MD has said something about the association, the alumni. This is a group whereby when you have any problem at all, just make mention of it and you see that somebody will pick it up and give you a solution. And we also involve the free training. A free training is an appreciation course, which we even give certificate for, of facilities management. I want to assure you, if you go through that appreciation course, you definitely have an overview of what facilities management is all about. So who is qualified to take this course? Who is qualified to take the FMMC? Anybody that has a post-secondary school degree, that is, you've passed your secondary and you have your post-secondary school degree, you are very, very qualified. You know, before now, we thought facilities manager is for the highly technical people, the engineers, the architects, and all that. But we've seen, you know, by experience that even those that are not in that highly technical field, they are doing very, very well. I am the performance manager here. I did chemistry in my first degree, and I entered into facilities management, and I'm doing very well. So anybody that has that, you know, post-secondary school degree from any discipline, whether history, whether music, whatever, will give you a training. You pass through this kind of training and you become robust and you become a professional. We have 30 classes, classroom, you know, 30 classroom session and 3 off-site, as in you go out practical section. So it is not just about the classroom, the theory. We take you to site to see what you are doing. So I think with all this, for those of us that are here, that are yet to subscribe to this, just begin to give it a thought. I want to assure you that by the time you finish this training with us, just 3 months, you must have gotten a skill that you always live to appreciate. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Charles Nebo. Thank you. One of the things you spoke about rather eloquently was the full, when you spoke about, you know, the 3 sessions, even before the course itself, and then afterwards. And what it says, one, is that what Max-Migold gives a full value chain experience for the facility management industry. And that is something that is quite uncommon in our climate. And when you speak about the alumni group, I am a member of the the Association of Facility Management Practitioners in Nigeria. I'm presently the interim director of communication. And we are constantly looking and constantly trying to crop FM managers just so that we can have that large robustness. And it will not be, like you say, the regular belief of who a facility manager is and what field the facility manager should come from. Like, for example, in the healthcare industry, one of the challenges that some say it's a challenge, but I don't think it is like, for example, where you have paramedics in other climes. You can just be a school start holder and then go to the school, and learn any of those things. But here, we don't have such system. So you pretty much have to be someone who's already, you know, in the medical industry, maybe a nurse, a doctor, or any of the other field. But that comes with this added advantage, because then that means you're skilled up, as it were. So what this does for you than just being somebody who learns on the job is that it gives you the tools to be able to perform efficiently. And we all know that right now in our nation, one of the greatest challenges we have is the issue of maintenance, facility management and maintenance. It is alarming at how poor we get. But you know, it's also very hypocritical of most of us when we say, this is all over Nigeria. Even some of us in the premises where we live, in our community, in our clothes, we have challenges of maintaining our basic infrastructure that we commonly use. Okay. Okay. And so saying that even in our own community, which is where it starts from, before you get into the states or the national? How are you doing in your local? How are you doing in your estate? How are you doing in your environment, in your neighborhood, in your block of flats? Can they even tell that there's something different about you and your attention to the environment where you live? And so I think it starts from there. Because for you to be a facility manager, it is intrinsic. It's not, you can teach, like they will say in, as we'll say in the Christian world, I can teach you the logos, I can teach you the words, but I can't teach you the spirit of it. You must internalize facility management to such an extent that when you get somewhere, you don't feel comfortable because you know things are amiss. So that is a kind of mindset you ought to have. One of the greatest ways that I get, because I specialize in public use facilities, hospitals, hotels, stadiums, and stock markets, and all. But strongly more healthcare. And one of the ways that I get contracts is that I go into an hospital and I will call whoever is, I say, please come, let me tell you 10 things that is wrong with your system. I have a witness sitting down there. So if I were lying, I would not have mentioned this. I'll tell you 10 that is not right. And before I leave that place, they'll tell me they'll call me back later or they'll give me a job right there. So you need to internalize FM. It's not about the certificate. And that is when you actually become a movement. It's not by what you have in the paper in your hand. It's the spirit that is committed to making a difference in the facility structure. And so earlier when I was talking about ISO, I'm tripped because what is done, in fact, to tell you what, let me tell you an open secret. I was paid for this job. But you know what's going to happen? I'm going to donate that money back to this system because I'm tripping that your certificate is ISO certified. It is phenomenal. So I don't want to take the shine off Engineer Yako. So I'm going to ask sir that you please come up to the lectern and take over the procedure of donating, announcing, giving, celebrating Max-Migold for this wonderful feat that they have just performed in the facility management industry. Sir, Engineer Yako, sir.
Yeah, thanks once again. This is a big time for us in Max-Migold. It's time for our certificate presentation and unveiling. I want to call on the head of the quality management system of SON, Standard Organization of Nigeria, to come for the citation.
The Director General, sir. The Managing Director, Max-Migold, distinguished guests of honor hereby present. Corporate provider of Max-Migold Limited for the presentation of ISO 9001-2015 certificates by Standards Organization of Nigeria. On 17th December 2022. Max-Migold is a physical facilities management training, inspection, and technology advisory firm. The company works with multinational clients as well as Nigerian organizations seeking to optimize costs, achieve sustainability, and develop their human capital in the facility management sector. Max-Migold provides practical, result-oriented advisory services that translate into immediate ROI for clients. Founded 16 years ago, Max-Migold proves to be one of the best facility management companies in Nigeria and among the 10 most recognized in Africa. The company's goal is to offer the best facility management services worldwide through its wide range of services, which include facility management and advisory services, training and recruitment services, energy efficiency and management, construction advisory and building information modeling, as well as facility management technology products. Max-Migold has trained and certified over 1,000 professionals, offering them support on career growth for a vast majority of young facility managers in our growing community in Nigeria. The company now holds franchise, reseller, and partnership relationships with the following organization. 1, British Energy Saving Technology, Best UK for Enscope and other energy saving technologies. 2, Thought Trust Pro for developing mobile solutions for the modern workforce, GPS tracking and device management. Sierra's ODC India for e-facility enterprise, FM software. 4, Green Boom USA provides eco-friendly oil-only absorbent for oil spill response and safety spill kits. They also have partnership with Asset Control Technologies USA, which provide various answers to many of today's firefighting challenges. 6, IN2IT Africa focuses on real estate digital transformation, artificial intelligence, cloud cybersecurity, and systems integration. We can see that Max-Migold is on higher level. Max-Migold Limited creates value for all stakeholders in the physical facilities value chain by maximizing efficiency and unlocking savings potential in the management of facilities. Max-Migold Limited, in a bid to improve its processes, procedures, and quality deliveries of its services and products, has successfully implemented the requirements of ISO 9001:2015 standard. Which is targeted towards its esteemed customer satisfaction in particular, and the company's contribution to Nigeria's socio-economic development in general. To this end, adequate plans were made, personnel were trained, resources were provided, and procedures were put in place in accordance with the requirements of the Quality Management System Standard, ISO 9001:2015. Max-Migold Limited sought for certification to ISO 9001:2015 standard. The system was subjected to rigorous certification assessment by SON auditors. And at the end of the assessment, the system was adjudged to have conformed to the requirements of the international standard. Director General, sir, in accordance with the procedure established by Standards Organization of Nigeria, I hereby present to you Max-Migold Limited for the award of this certificate number 000772 for the conformity of its quality management system to the requirements of standard ISO 9001:2015.
Shall we do 2008? Good night. Good night. That's right. Company has sold the human resource development center. The company has sold the advisory services, specialties in areas of market,
I will talk now. Okay. No, leave that. Yeah. We'll unveil later. Okay. The managing director, stroke chief executive, Max-Migold Limited, members of the boards of directors of Max-Migold Limited, captains of industry here present, distinguished graduates, gentlemen of the press, my colleagues here present, ladies and gentlemen. First, I will start with a little story. The last speaker said he's from chemistry background. And we were just discussing when we got to the table. And I say, you've forgotten that chemistry is the mother of science. And so with a degree in chemistry, you can venture into any area where order has to be created. In the last 20 years, or more than 40 years, the facility management sector of the economy in Nigeria has been in disarray. It was a sector known not to be organized, a sector where any dig and hurry can come into without any formal education and say it's a facility management personnel or professional. And this was the greatest concern to the facility managers globally, that this sector has to do with life, has to do with security of life. And here in this sector, it was not taken very seriously. And so the standardization global body in the last 15 years came together and started looking at how do we structure the facility management sector. And this manifested in them coming out with a standard called Facility Management System Standard, ISO 21001, 2018. And so from the year 2018, it became globally known that the facility management system or sector globally is now well structured. I do know that from part of the training you must have received from this institute reflects more about what global facility management professional is expected to do. But the most important thing that was a gap among the professionals was issue of quality. Was issue of quality. It is not only in your sector, even within the hotel and hospitality sector, this is equally a problem. But you are aware, a hotel is just a facility equally that you are expected to manage. So if you are having any form of education without having quality inbuilt into your training, then it means that you are yet to start. And so therefore, when Max-Migold applied to get certified to the management system certification, what was at the center of their mind was their customers. They wanted to provide services that meets with the requirement of the standards, the needs and expectation of the standard of the customer, and provide them the services in such a way that the customers will be satisfied with what they want. And so when they approached SON, the first requirement is that you must be trained. You must be trained. So training a don in the industry was not an easy task, because his way of doing things has to be refocused to exactly what the world wants things to be done, not the Nigerian way. And so based on the fact that the organization has been able to recalibrate their way of thinking, ensuring that at all points in time, when they get a service to provide, they first of all identify the requirements of what that client wants and redesign their services in such a way that they provide services to the requirement of what the client wants, thereby having them satisfied at the end of the day. So the training you went through, I do know that they must have designed the training looking at what you, the graduates, want. What are your expectations? Your expectation is not just getting a certificate that will give you a job, but getting a certificate that will ensure that the service you render based on that certification meets with the expectation of your clients and expectation of whoever uses that facility. And so based on the totality of all these processes that have taken place, the Director General sent me today to represent him and offer the certification that they've gotten. So the Director General would have loved to be here himself personally, because within the facility management sector, they are not the first to have gotten this certificate, but among the very, very privileged few that have gotten this certificate. And so I will just read the DG speech the way he has sent it and let you know that today is one of my happiest moments seeing the narrative change in your sector. The narrative changing in such a way that we are beginning to have people who are being taught actually what facility management is all about. Because behind every discipline, there is a spirit and there is a philosophy. If you don't understand these two, which are all captured in the standards, then you may just be going out dishing out services that people will not be satisfied with. And so therefore, I will read the speech the way he has sent it to me this morning to do. And he said, I am delighted to be part of this remarkable occasion at which Max-Migold Limited is being formally presented with a certificate of conformity to the requirements of ISO 9001-2015 Quality Management System Standard. With this achievement, the organization has joined a privileged class of quality management system certified and upgraded organization in Nigeria. This milestone achievement in the pursuit of service and product excellence is commendable and worthy of emulation by all organizations in Nigeria. As I join other Nigerians to congratulate you on this milestone achievement, permit me to remind you that your service and product are extremely important to Nigerians, especially in the face of the prevailing economic challenges in the country and competitiveness in the market. The ongoing challenges require you to be creative in your service delivery. Your adoption of ISO 9001:2015 Quality Management System framework reflects your vision to deliver quality services and products to your diverse clients at all times. The ISO 9001:2015 standards approach now provides you a robust, globally recognized, and acceptable solution to address the challenges associated with the managing quality and delivering an excellent customer experience. Implementing the ISO 9001:2015 system certification is a demonstration of your management system conformity to internationally acceptable standards requirements and the ability of Max-Migold Limited to get it right the first time and always. You have to note that the quest for excellence has no destination because quality is a moving target. This phrase, quality is a moving target, is what I will equally tell you. You came in, you've acquired ISO 9001. But you equally know that for you to sustain your service, there are other standards that is available that your service equally need. I will talk to that later. Our challenge to you today is to keep the system healthy and up to date to reap the benefits of the ISO approach to management. We are already receiving information from your customers, which are your graduates and other stakeholders, clients that is in your industry that you consult for, to assure ourselves that you are living up to their expectations and improving continually. This system has been certified, having been certified, has been placed on annual surveillance. So it's not just we issue you a certificate to hang on the wall. Right from the day I gave to you, your surveillance have started. To ensure continued suitability and effectiveness of the implementation of the quality management system. In the course of the audit exercises, where non-conformance were observed, and they were effectively closed out within the time frame. No, let me take it again. In the course of audit exercises that will take place during surveillance, where non-conformance is observed and is effectively corrected within the time frame, the system will retain the certificate. However, your certificate is on loan and will be withdrawn if the structures put in place breaks down and necessary corrective actions are not taken to observe non-conformance. Being one of the very few certified companies in Nigeria, you agree with me that your biggest challenge in this endless journey to excellence is to direct your effort towards the delivery of consistent customer satisfaction. The customer is king, we all know. And if your customer is not satisfied, you will not be in business. And so because this standard is a customer-focused standard, it is expected that for you to retain this certificate, we must carry out assessments of the feedback from your customer on how your services were provided. Were they involved in the design of the requirement of the service they ask you to provide? Did they get the exact service that they wanted from you the way they wanted it? All this will come back in part of the feedback that we'll be getting from your customers as the certification system progresses. Being one of the very few companies certified in Nigeria in quality management system within the facility sector, you will agree with me that your biggest challenge in this endless journey to excellence is to direct. Okay, I've said that. Finally, I use this opportunity to inform Max-Migold Limited and other organizations of any size and nature in the country that in the management system certification operated by SON, we equally have the security and resilience standard, which is ISO 22301, which is on business continuity management. If you have a business and you want to translate that business from a one-man business to an international business that will outlive you and your family, this is a standard to look at. So if Max-Migold wants to ensure that the visions of the current stakeholders outlive them and become a force continually within the global stage, then the business continuity management system is one of the systems you can look at. I heard you talk about energy. You are equally aware that we have the ISO 50001-2018 on energy management system. We'll be glad if you pick up that as part of your curriculum and the training, because most businesses, yes, they all say energy is one of the causes why businesses go down. But none of them has taken time to ensure that they use energy right. So this standard will teach you how to use energy right within your household and within the premises or the facilities in which you will be managing. And we have the mother of the standard in your business, which is ISO 41001-2018 standard, which is on facility management system. I don't know whether in the course of the training, he mentioned that to you. Did they mention that? Did they mention ISO 41001-2018 to you while being trained? Yes, let me tell all of us. They say our graduates are not employable because they don't have the right skill for the industry. And so you will start asking yourself, where is this knowledge deposited that becomes the right skill or the right knowledge for the industry? Knowledges that are used by the industries are resident in international standardization. Do you understand what I'm saying? If you want to be current in knowledge about your sector, the place you go to is where is the current standard in that sector. Tastes of consumers changes after every 4 years. So after every 4 years, your preferences as a consumer changes. In those days when we were growing up, we were interested in Coke that is very sweet, correct? When you get to 50, are you interested in Coke that is very sweet? You will now start saying you want Diet Coke, zero sugar, and all that. So, because the taste of the consumer changes over time, the standard has to restructure and start having standards for various consumer preferences. And so if you have not taken time to look at this standard, this is the current standard that the world plays on. If your training did not reflect some component of this standard, then the trainer, because you talk about continual improvement, it is expected that continually you will look at what is coming out in these informations. As I speak to you, this standard was 2018. By today, we've started technically revising the standard after consulting over the world, how the standard has played in society. And so by next year or the next 2 years, new informations in your sector will come up. And so for my Max-Migold, I will ask you to keep a tab on what is happening in the standard in your sector and update your syllabus in order to ensure that those who graduate from your institution have current knowledge that the employers need. The other one, which is very, very key, is because you are delivering your subject based on a syllabus. There is a standard we call Educational Organization Management System. That standards particularly called in and said, the people we want to attend to are the students and their parents. Those are the customers to that standard. And so when those of you who were trained in the early 80s or 87, maybe the chemists may know. In those days, when we get to class, after a lecturer must have taken us some studies, a survey is given to the students to assess the lecturer. That is what educational organizations were expected to do. The students knows exactly what I want to do. I want to be a mechanical engineer. Once I enter, I know exactly what I'm expecting from my teachers. And so what we want to see in the next 2 or 3 years, Max-Migold, is we want you to expand the scope of your certifications to include these various standards that we've mentioned. That is what they say, quality is a journey. It has no destination. So as issues throw up within the society, you are supposed to be expanding your scopes to capture all those, so that those who give your services, you are giving them current services that will make them employable. So on this note, I make a clarion call to all the other private and public organizations and the students that are here, that if you have not yet embarked on a quality journey, please embrace the ISO management system approach now for its benefits. Once again, congratulations and thank you.
Now we'll take the remark from the MD CEO of Max-Migold in acceptance. You unveil first. Okay. Now we're going to the unveiling of the certificate by the representative of the DGSON engineer. Yeah. Yeah. Mr. Charles.
Okay. On behalf of the Director General and Chairman of the Board of Max-Migold on paying certificates to demonstrate excellent services, especially in terms of quality of service provided by Max-Migold. Thank you. Thank you, sir. So you will respond. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much, sir. Now we take the remarks from the MD CEO.
I want to tell you one quick story. When we started at Max-Migold, for the first 1 year, we made no money. And I had this alumni of business graduates. We went to LBS, Lagos Business School, together. So we used to hold like a yearly retreat where we talk about the progress we've made in our businesses. And I said, we made no money, but we started in earnest to work towards proper processes, documentation, and structure for our business. It passed almost as a joke to many of the people in the room, because it looked like, why would you count paperwork as success of a business? I said, in time to come, those structures, those documentation, those certifications are going to pay for themselves multiple fold. The vision has been clear from the onset. We're not there for the short term. We're not setting up a system to make today's money and not make an impact on our society, on our economy, but to leave a legacy for the future. So from day one, we set out to make sure that we're compliant with all the statutory compliance requirements, CAC, FROS, and all of those things that many businesses running into billions in turnover don't bother about. And when it was time to apply to become ISO certified, we had more than a dozen consultants who say, you know what, don't worry, don't do anything. We will do it and we'll get you the certificates. And my response was, no, not Max-Migold. So for 3 straight years, we paid consultants to help us walk through our processes, get the proper documentation. For the first year, I said, no, we're not applying for ISO yet. This is not making sense. If I'm not satisfied with the processes and our implementation of those processes, no matter the certification we get, this is useless to me. So that was a botched attempt. And in the second year, it looked like we were ready. So we went to pay for all the licenses and fees, and then we thought we'll be able to go for audits. I looked at the process on ground again. I said, no, this is not working. Even if we get the auditors in and they say, oh, you've done very well, I wasn't satisfied. I won't be able to beat my chest and say, we earned this certification. So we packed it again. On the third year, we went back to Son and said, do you remember we paid last year? I don't know. I think we're lucky that it doesn't expire. Or I don't, I was afraid. I said, I hope it did not expire. I said, okay, don't worry. If you're ready now, we will come. And so we did internal audits, and then they came to do their audits, and then they came hard. You know how Nigerians like to talk about, Son, let me be open with you about my own feedback for my industry and the business world. Don't do Son. They will just whitewash the whole thing and give you a certificate that I said, let me experience it. I'm not going for any foreign accreditation, but I want to do Son in Nigeria. We are here in Nigeria. And after the first audit, I started crying. What I've used 3 years to prepare, they gave pages upon pages of things we needed to improve. We sat down and started again. So thank you for your efforts. The last set of auditors that came, 2 of you are here today. I said, look, don't start auditing what your colleagues have audited before now. They've passed us on those ones. The process is rigorous, but it's fulfilling. Thank you for your doggedness. Thank you for your detail. Thank you for your persistence. Inebong Cha sitting here today as our GM used to be our consultant. I said, it's not going to cut it. You can't be doing this from outside. Whatever it takes to get the certification, we will do. But more importantly, whatever it takes to maintain it, to ensure that our system runs with this certification, we will do. So we went out to him. We didn't apply, we didn't put his position out for somebody to apply for. It took almost 7 to 10 months to convince him to move in full time, because I wasn't going to have an ISO system that we're going to struggle with implementing the tenets on a day-to-day basis. So we needed someone in-house who was going to implement it. So thank you, Inebong, for your efforts. Not only the effort you put in from outside, but also the efforts you have put in now that we are here. My team understand what the process, what it means to have process in place. It's almost a shape up or ship out situation right now in the organization. You sit up. So sometimes when those same principles are applied to the program, and you hear Barakat saying, it has to be this, it has to be that, it's not her, it's not about her, it's beyond her now. There's a big spirit around the whole way things are done, right? And that is the process that we work with. And thank you too for at least, I mean, not everybody that started are here today. We still have some 5% who will not want to go through the rigor. Oh, I'm busy, I'm busy. Don't be busy, I'll come with my closing remark and I'll tell you some other things, right? But now it's about response to the ISO and the certification. Thank you, everyone who has played a part in this. For the Max-Migold team, this is the beginning. We'll need to continue with our documentation, continuous improvements, and everything that helps to maintain this and our internal audits. And thank you, Son, for how far you've taken us. We are sure that we are committing that we'll put whatever it takes in it to ensure that we live with the principles that have been certified to today and always. And thank you to the general public. Max-Migold has been around for quite a while. I'm on occasion sometimes, and I hear somebody says, oh, you used to send me an email. I've read something from you before, and so on and so forth. We try as much as possible to reach out, but we can't do enough. We can't do enough. If everyone who passes through this program, who passes through this company, who encounters us in one way or the other, do their bit to preach the gospel that we are advocating, facility management can be done right, sustainability can be implemented, results for the customers and the end users can be improved, and customers can actually be satisfied in our industry. Let's be advocates. Let's put this forward, and thank you very much for coming.
Thank you very much, the MD CEO of Max-Migold. There is a photo session now that will be done. We want to use the opportunity to welcome one of the facilitators, Mr. O.C. Mr. O.C. Egbeayi is one of the facilitators for Max-Migold. We also welcome the chairman of the occasion, Mr. Kazim Owolabi, who is the founder and director, Refined Homes Limited. He'll be giving us his welcome address shortly. When you spoke about, when Engineer Yado spoke about the journey, he says quality is a journey. It doesn't have, it's not like a dash where you do 100 meters and you stop. It's continuous. You learn, you unlearn, you relearn, and the circle continues. So that's the challenge and a call to facility management managers here. Quality is key to the success of everything that you're going to be doing about this journey. Thank you very much to the representative of the DGN of Sun, Engineer Felix Nyado. We thank you for your time, and to all the other members of the team, Ms. Oludunke and others, we thank you very much for coming. God bless you. Thank you very much. Before we proceed, yes, you were during the address when you were talking about, you were committing You know, in quality, that's the very, very first one. The committer of the strategic governance, the governance himself say we are committed, because without governance committing, the journey might die even before it begins. So it's important that we can hold Paul Erubami to that that commitment, that yes, he is committed, and if he's committed, it is easier to going down the ladder. And like you said earlier, that we're all supposed to be advocate of quality. We can't keep talking about the issue of quality in our environment if we're not committed to it. The representative of the DG Engineer Yado spoke about the energy systems, management systems, even spoke about the facility management systems, all the new standards that have been created. You cannot judge yourself by yourself. The only way you can improve is to look for higher standards. In quality, what you do is that when you want to improve a system, you do a baseline audit. This is where I am. This is where I ought to be. So what am I supposed to do to get there? And it's a doing. For you to continue in quality, it's a doing. You know, when you're doing quality and your quality auditors come and they say, can you show me evidence that you're doing this? And I say, we do it now. You see, if there's no paper, you know, it's like, I have a witness here. We do meetings, you know, operations meetings every day. And when the quality auditors come and they say, where is evidence that you had meeting for the last 3 months? And you're looking at yourself, we did do the meeting. The person is not even listening, just doing non-NC, non-compliant states. And you watch all 6 months meeting go down the drain because you are not intentional about your success. Because if you have a meeting and it's not written down, there is no way that you can improve yourselves. And so if we are committed to improvement, it is important that we pay attention and we write things down so that you can audit them, so that you can improve. And like Engineer Yado said, you need to constantly review the standards there are. It's easy for you to say there's nothing. Standards exist. You can read them. You can use it to improve yourself on a daily basis. And that's the difference. You might not be able to afford all the trainings in the world. And like Paul said, it is local. It is local. When in healthcare quality, we're trying to do JCI. JCI, an average hospital cannot afford it, but an average quality hospital needs review. Even the one from Kosasa is expensive. And then God rest his soul, Professor Lebus as chairman then of IGA said, you know what, we must have local standards. So they set up Society for Quality Healthcare in Nigeria. And that is an healthcare system, a quality auditing system here that audits hospital systems and facilities so that we can judge ourselves and we understand our plight. There are some things they will tell you, Indian knowledge, what is the grammage of your hand towel? And you're looking at the person like, grammage of hand towel, what's this I'm talking about? So that we can improve ourselves. At least let's start baby steps. Not starting at all, that is a travesty. So please, I want us to commit ourselves as we're graduating today. Check out those quality standards. Begin to read them, make them like your Bible. Read them, use them to improve yourself. Because if you don't have an eye that sees, you cannot improve anything. That would be my charge. So once again, we congratulate Max-Migold. We thank members of SON, and a round of applause to everyone. Now let me call the founder and director of Refine Homes Limited, Mr. Kazim Owolabi. He was to have given us an opening address, a welcome address earlier, so he will do that right now. Please make welcome on stage, Mr. Kazim Owolabi. Thank you very much.
Okay. Good afternoon, everyone. Hello. Okay. Sorry. Good afternoon, everyone. And congratulations again. Thank you for staying behind. SOS representative. I want to speak to what Paul just said about your organization. We did ISO2, we're the first indigenous real estate company in Nigeria. There is a lot of real estate people, and Bastada itself, people say so many things about real estate and people doing it. When we started, maybe I started a little bit of background. I and my partner now, H2 Glow as an idea has been existing for 12 years. It gave birth to Refine Homes. And H2 Glow is a FM facility management company. Why we're doing it, why looking for people's building to manage, why we can build our own from scratch. We find out that most of the building we're managing is afterthought They will know the electricals, the fittings is not to standard to meet facility management standard. So that gave me an ideology. And at that time, long ago, to why can't I start building to fit facility management standard? So H2Glow now gave birth to Refinum. When we, a little bit of background again, I and my partner work in Guarantee Trust Bank for 20 something, both combined is 45 years, both. So I said this to you right now, when you see what Guarantee Trust Bank is doing, people like us that spent 20 something years in one organization. Now these days they say, James, you see what we are doing now. Gen Z that stayed maybe 6 months, 3 months, we're having that issue now. People on here, when I get to the office, I look for the guy. He's no more with us, sir. Where did he go? He's already, he has moved. People move now. Then you see what the institution has become. I don't know. So you see, we say combine like that. We finished our section with Guarantee Trust Bank. We built an institution, blessed memory, Tayo Adenuoko and Fola Adeola. We built men that had vision. We stay with them, learn with them. We are crafted. So after I and my same partner, we met in the organization. So you see, 20 years together, 20 something years, we knew ourselves. These days, people say partner don't work because you don't know yourself. You haven't spent time together. So we spent time to know each other. Then we gave birth to, after Guarantee Trust Bank, we both decided to go to school in Harvard, advanced learning in real estate. So we went to Harvard and we went there and studied for a while, resigned from the bank. We didn't resign, go join an institution and be stealing because the bank start customers, like what people do these days, and say you are creating. The world is in our hand. You can do anything with your world. It's just about you thinking outside the box and becoming who you want to become. So what do? We went to Harvard, learned real estate properly, came back to Nigeria to set up Refinum. Refinum means real estate and finance. Again, a little bit of background. We are both seconded by Tayo Adenuoko to establish GT Homes in Guarantee Trust Bank, which is the real estate arms of Guarantee Trust Bank. I, Tunde Macaulay, and Kolapo Midire. Then we set up GT Homes. So combination of our experience in the bank and in real estate is now infused together to have Refine Home, real estate and finance. Please clap for it. You understand? So when we wanted, immediately our first year at Refine Home, we started to do ISO. Quite a number of institutions came, SGS of this world, white people came for ISO. We are proudly indigenous. I mean, we said, then what happened to SOS? People say things like you said about SOS. They will just come and do rubbish. Why? We want to operate in Nigeria. They will know us more. They should understand the system more. Why would I use a white man in my own world to be doing what I don't know? I don't think even any of these white men have gone to a building in Bariga before. Do you understand? So I don't know. So we came to ISO. They were surprised, the director, that an institution really is starting from fresh, and we are submitting ourselves to scrutiny, where people, from day one, we wanted to do things to standard. What standard? Why can't we be like that? So they were surprised. And we thank you for giving us the opportunity in 9001, 2015. That's the ISO that we got from you. Yesterday was when I saw you today, and he was saying, SOS people, I thought you chased me here again. I was well, because yesterday was audit. I speak to what audit, and we have two scary women. That, by the way, that's my staffs, my colleague that said so, it's not me. So they came to my office and said, sir, there is this two scary women. Because I had a meeting, I went out. They already have started making an exception because and my partner went for one meeting. And there are other colleagues of ours, senior staffs there, but they already start making an exception. There's two scary women in the building. They started marking up. They are doing a great job, and I commend you. And I pray that this is the beginning. Please, let's keep doing what we need to do. We need to show the world we know what we are doing. People don't. It's all in our hand. And congratulations again, Paul. This is a landmark. See, today is a busy day. See, I've started getting emotional because see, I did not know time today. There's a lot. I tried to get me to come here today. Today, allow outside. But see, there is clothes in the car. I'm going to change to fit in another meeting I have to be. But I wanted to be here for you guys because the future. Thank you. Thank you. The future is in real estate. The future is in facility management. I will speak to you. I don't know if anybody knows what VOCA means. If I know what VOCA means, raise your hand. VUCA. Okay, darling. Somebody raise. Yes, you know. What does it mean? No, not the meaning. What does that acronym, what does it mean? What does it say? Okay, no time. That is the new order. You know, when you say new order, there's always some set of people, G8, G16, G14. We're going to have our G. How many of us here? G200. And you don't understand? But I'm saying those are the standard right now, the way the world is going, how the world must be tackled, what everybody should be doing right now. This came from US Army. They croned it since 9/11, and it now became what everybody is living by. From 9/11, there's Ebola. You know how many things that have happened to human race? Only God didn't wipe us away. Clap for God. I'm telling you, I don't know. You know, people sleep and wake up. If you know what has happened to human race in some while, we should have been out of this world. But thank God we're still here, we're still strong, and we're grateful for giving us the opportunity to stand like this. And we're just starting. We're just starting. So I go straight. Thank you, sir. If you want to go now, I'm grateful. Thank you. Thank you. We need to give them our time. I know it's difficult, but this is what we all need to do. And Paul will do everything to support you. We'll do everything to, I've been doing it a little, but we'll do everything to support you. Please, the printed thing is a little bit tiny. Sorry, I can read. No, it's okay. I can. Yeah, it's a little bit tiny, so I can read to. Okay, you already have my speech. My name, as I've been introduced by a lovely lady, Kazim Owolabi, from a family of 7, very tough, but we made it. I congratulate all of you. A very warm welcome. I'll read to it and stop intermittently. A very warm welcome to all of graduating students of Max-Migold Mastercraft. Abi, I love that Mastercraft part. Do you understand? Every time, that's the future. But I'll speak to you from I need you to listen very well from the VOCA, and you see how VOCA is not facility managers. You can see, I've said this 12 years ago for H2 Glow, that the future will be in the hand of facility managers. Paul have done a great job, and he has given you weapon to take care of this new world if you know what you are doing. Please, I'll just quickly go around. I congratulate all my senior colleagues, my friends, families, well-wishers that are here today to grace this occasion. I once had a very wise man said to me, anytime I listen to him, that the best time to plant a tree was 20-something years ago. However, the next best time is now. You guys have been given, you have been given a tree and you have planted your own. It will germinate by special grace of God. please be sure what you have and stand by it. You know, now facility management sector is currently estimated. I don't know if you guys know. I just took it so that this journey will not be too long, to be worth £5 billion. That's a lot of money for those that know what they're doing. So that's future. That's that money we all need to tap into it. That's how big facility management definition given to terminology of facilities management. No, the truth that this scope's ever expanding, and you will agree with me. We're not even starting. I will say one or two things if time permits me to show you that facility management, if care is not taken, will be the main thing in this our world. And based on what is going on, just think about it. It is a building made up of blocks, cement, sand, everything, paint. This building can just be here as a structure. And you see, that doesn't make sense to the building. It's just structure and it's just standing. It's simply just a structure. The goal of a versatile and astute practitioner in the facility management space is to take a building or a project with a goal of deriving optimal value, sustainability of the building, durability of the building. You know, if you look at this building, there's so many things on this building. If somebody that knows what is doing get hold of it, you can turn it to a lot of things. It's not this thing that they're doing with it, but you know, that's your job. Think outside the box and do all those things and give the building, the structure, all the assets within it, vitality and a new lease of hope. That's what it means. You know what? That's what you do. You get a building and give the building a hope. You breathe life into the building, sustain an asset, make it live longer their life. That you are the main people in every structure, regardless of whatever you are in the journey. This journey of facility management now is the time to adapt to change, as it is essential in the new vocal destination. That's the vocal I was asking people. What vocal mean? The new order means vitality, volatility. I mean, you know, volatility. If time permits me to explain what that means. What it means is that, you know, what is facility manager? You don't know what can happen in this building. You are ever ready for whatever that will happen with the equipment and the assets in it. So you see, how is that not facility manager? Do you understand? So the new word that they're calling is called vocal. That is the new direction. That's what everybody, climate change, Ebola, all these things that is happening. So SOS, I'm sure you have a lot of job in this new world. People will come in because, see, for whoever that is not doing to standard and is not doing things properly, it's a time thing. You cannot stand the new world, what is about to happen. So this speaks to current state of the world at the moment. The economic indices, scream or croon, vitality, uncertainty. Is that not facility manager? You know, uncertainty. See, the world is beyond monster point. You know, when you say monster point, all of us rush out and stand there. Facility manager is beyond monster point. What happened after then? You understand? You understand? So that's facility management. You understand? Complexity and ambiguity on many levels and in different sectors in the world. Everywhere right now, there's vocal, there's uncertainty. You don't know what will happen. And see what COVID did to a lot of companies. A quite number of companies they didn't survive COVID. You don't know. A lot. People lost their job. A lot of things happen. It's crazy. But like I said, I don't know, you guys have this speech. Volatility that I said refers to the event that occur frequently, happen rapidly, and have a major impact. You may not know what will happen next to this building as we are in it. So a facility manager, don't all gather. There is someone at the door. There is another door entrance. If you enter any building, make sure there's an exit and entrance and exit. And two, based on the numbers of people sitting, to make sure that if there's any problem, all of us will not need to, there won't be stampede at the door. That's a facility manager. It's not just, we're just there. Uncertainty is when there is no information about what is that not facility management? Is not no information. Something will just happen. Generator can pack up anytime. Am I lying? Do I have facility manager? Yeah. Generator inform you. If agitated these days, diesel, someone somewhere have missed water with the diesel that does not concern you. You are just managing your own business. Generator will stop. How is that your issue? Do you understand? So many things will happen these days. You have to prepare. You have to check. You have to do extra to do. I'm sure Paul would have done all that. This is not a lecture room, sorry. No information about whether it's caused significant changes, however, in the causes effect. Like all these things is just for the ambiguity that comes with a vocal word, the situation without clear cause and effects to affect the relationship. All these indicators have drive, effect, and attendant demand. My time here is just 4 minutes. That's why I'm trying to make sure. And I know you guys all have this speech. Take time to read it because we took time. Thanks to my corporate services person. Please clap for her. Oluwatoyin, stand for recognition. That's my corporate service person. Wonderful lady. She's done a good job. Uncertainty. I want to go to where in all these, guys, in all these, that there comes a great opportunity for every kiosk when things are not going well. Don't be a manager that says it has finished. Do you get what I mean? A facility manager don't say it has finished. It's not done, it's not over until it's over. So know that emerge the business transmitting into digital world. See what happened from COVID. Digital world was thriving. Teams of this world who was using online meetings. See a lot of things that came from COVID for those that are smart. That they move quickly and everything goes the way they want. Nevertheless, we are taking lessons daily and new perspective and imagine markets and whatever is happening. Hence, the need to tackle volatility. That is what I want you to take. See, the big new word that they are talking about, that they say VUCA. It's only one thing they suggested in the word, that those that do or apply that in their lifestyle that will survive. Do you know? Who know? I know, raise your hand. Agility. That's the only thing. Who know what agility means? What? No, my darling. Ability to move. Ability, to move quickly and easily. Do you see the word? Ability to move quickly and easy. You can move, but it may not be as easy. Easy, the conde is anything you are doing that is not cost efficient. It is not cost effective. As a facility manager, I was telling people in my office, Paul, this is the time a facility manager in this hardship, instead of you increasing the cost of managing a building, you should go to people and say, we're reducing from 1 million something that you are paying to 800. Because as a facility manager, we have found different easy ways to reduce costs. Right now, we cannot overemphasize the need for a very robust facility management people in all our industry, because there's something they call, when we come from, cost control. You understand? Cost control. Those people right now are facility manager. You must make sure that you are not just managing a building, you are doing it in a much efficient way, that the owner or the people staying in the building are happy, that you are saving costs and you are reducing costs. That is what we are supposed to be. Apparently, uncertainty, you have this thing. Let's together turn our vocal word into opportunity. This is an open invitation to change, to charge to you that you must follow your calling. I've said to you today, you've planted a tree, and I hope today is the beginning of everything in your life. I'm praying to you because you are the new world. The new world says it is only those that can hold costs, that can control expenses, that can make sure that a building is being run efficiently. Those are the word for, that's the new word for everybody. I leave you with this part on great things and possibility endless. This word, take this word from me. No one in this world can limit you except you limit yourself. On this note, I'll leave all of you, and I wish you again a wonderful journey. Paul, again, congratulations. If I have to leave early, and that's because of another meeting appointment somewhere, but I'm so grateful to be here today, and may the good Lord make this journey a fruitful journey for all of you. Thank you. Thank you.
Please, another round of applause for Mr. Wolabi. Speaks to a man of passion, deeply, deeply passionate about FM, about progress, about development, as we can see from the speech and the person at the speech. Thank you very much once again, sir. Thank you so much, Engineer Edo. We had to keep him. He has to be somewhere else. And so we appreciate you, sir, and all the members of the team of SUN for coming. Thank you very much. In fact, sir, Engineer Edo, sir, before you leave, one comment that I want to commit them to. You know, Mr. Wolabi spoke very passionately about the impact of SUN, and so did Patrick. And what I'm trying to ask them right now is that can they begin to commit to, they understand the lack of information or awareness of the public. So we need to create them like brand ambassadors of some sort of SUN to let people know the importance of SUN, and even a simple program as much as Simple Man Worker, where you teach the, SMEs. Not everybody will go through these documentation and all of that, but because quality is key to everything we do as a nation, can they, as part of a group, begin to speak to even the simple business SMEs, like a Simple Man Worker, basic lessons, it might be on radio, it might be on TV, simple basic quality skills that you can begin to teach to everyday man in a language that we understand. Maybe that's why I use Simple Man Worker. I don't know. I just thought maybe it's important we begin to speak quality to everyone on the streets and not just leave it to those in the C-suite corridor. And since they are brand people, I'm nominating them as.
No problem. First and foremost, you have an association. That association has a relationship with Standards Organization of Nigeria. And it's like a relationship that is mutual. So anything the industry wants, SON is expected to fast track or facilitate that. So that we can do. Your president is with us. So if he wants any public enlightenment, even at our cost, I can assure you that SON will come. But let me tell you, the last speaker mentioned something. Believe in yourself. Believe in yourself. Next year will mark me 35 years working in Standards Organization of Nigeria. And I happen to be among the first batch of auditors that were trained by SUN in 1994. I worked my way through. I became a lead assessor for Africa on ISO 9001 management system. So I was auditing when we do peer reviews among countries. I was representing Africa to audit firms in US, firms in Asia, firms in America, I mean, UK and all over the world. And we were about 6 from Nigeria that qualify into that scheme. Out of the 6 of us, we are still 3 left in Son. And when people come and bring out issues of SON is a local certification body. SON certification is within the border of Nigeria. SON certification is local, or you will not get value for your money. I laugh. For goodness sake, we've sat in exams with those from US, UK, and all that, in writing exam for all these certifications. And the first, if there are 4 of us from Nigeria, the first 4 places goes to Nigeria. Last year, when we went to Dubai to do information security management system, we were 12 that SOM paid for to carry out that lead auditor's course. People came from US, UK, all over the world, and we were in the class, 45. But what I can tell you is that the first 12, I mean, in the list that came after the exam, the first 12 were those of us who came from Nigeria with a minimum score of 90. With a minimum score. So the whole thing is that first, in the management system certification we offer Nigeria, our benchmark or our peer is the BSI. Those are those who train us initially, and those are those we compete with. You understand? I do certification in Togo. I do certification in Equatorial Guinea. So we are not looking, we are looking beyond that. I have a crop of staff. The only thing you don't understand is that we understand our culture. And that is what they mentioned. Somebody who comes from outside does not understand our culture. And like I was saying, that standard or any of those standards has a philosophy and spirit behind it. Those who are coming to say they are foreign firm, they carry it, it's in a portfolio. They come here in a portfolio and say they are foreign firm. If they go through one thing that a certification body goes through, for goodness sake, I am assessed every year. The same way I assess them, I'm assessed every year to maintain the assessment, the international accreditation. I am assessed every year. It's the same way BSI is assessed, the same way American National Standard Institute is assessed. And if you don't pass, you cannot be given. But let me tell you the difference between our certification and the certification they offer you from overseas. Ours is based on national development. So I'm not offering you a certification as a business. Those who are coming, they are offering you as a business. I offer you the certification to develop you. And so whether you come to Sono or you don't come to Sono, government must pay my salary. You understand? But what government have said is that make sure that our companies that you certify compete favorably with any other companies in the world. And that is what we provided. And so in SON, the benefit you have is that my staff, they work with the industry. They use their factory inspection, they see exactly what is happening and all that. And so they have background knowledge of what is actually happening in the business world in Nigeria, across all the sectors. We regulate even the air you breathe. That is the essence of SON power. So in every sector of the economy, we play, and we play big. And so me, that is knowledgeable in a sector, when I come to audit you, there's nothing you can hide when I come into your system. Because your system is not the first system I'm auditing or working with in close partnership. And so please, believe in Nigeria. The national certification scheme we offer Nigerians are the best the world could think about. As I speak to you, I am the ISO secretary on fraud management system certification. That we are developing a standard on fraud control. I'm not a financial man, but there is no amount of finance you can discuss with me here. You would think that I had MBA or MSc finance. I will discuss fraud with you. Bank members committee, when I'm working, they are in Sun. Yes, I work in Sun, but I have knowledge that is deposited in the organization that nobody has in the country. Nobody has. And so I will indulge all of you to join the Association of Facility Managers. And with the association, we'll come out with a program whereby we'll be reviewing the information that are coming from ISO. The other thing is that every Sun staff who is working in the management system certifications are attached to one management systems technical committee. So right from the beginning, you may see one line as a sentence, but you don't know the meaning of that sentence. But because they are working on that standard right from the beginning, they understand how a sentence was arrived at. What is the importance of that sentence? And so when they come to audit you, they will audit you with the spirit of that standard, which may be different exactly from what you are interpreting it to be. So please, anywhere you are working, and they say they want to do certification, your best certification bet is Standards Organization of Nigeria. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir. The meeting, thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you very much, sir, and all the members of Sun here. We appreciate you. Okay. Like Engineer Yadu said, just let's try as much as possible to join the Association for Facility Management Practitioners in Nigeria. Ironically enough, I'm the Acting Director of Communication, so I'm communicating to you all to please, you'll be part of my quota. So it will improve my ranking. If I can bring in this amount of people, you won't go. You know what they call account management? My target is complete for the next 2 years. So please, I recommend that you please all join. It's interesting to learn together and to begin to make a change together. It is fortuitous that it's on the day that you're graduating that this ISO standards and this organization is being certified, and that speaks a lot to what is expected from each and every one of us moving forward. And you know, when they say that Nigeria is already, we are the future of Africa, whether anybody likes to believe it or not, it's been said, you need to believe it yourself because nobody can force you to believe it. When you look at the map, they say Nigeria is the trigger of Africa. That means Africa doesn't cope without Nigeria rising up. If you don't believe that as an individual and begin to internalize that and begin to get yourself ready to play a part in that future, then it becomes a problem. Then you become agitated, then you become scattered, and then you begin to wonder what is going on. When you spoke about volatility, it says you need to be agile, you need to be sensitive to the times. What part of you need to listen to what's going on around you so that you can maneuver. It's not the strongest of the yes, sir. Darwin said it's not the strongest of the species that survives or the most intelligent. It's the one that's easily adaptable to change. So if you're not able to adapt, you're going to not survive. And if you do not survive, that means you're dead. So I would encourage each and every one of us. For those that will jackpot, they will jackpot, it's normal. But for some of us, this land is too green, it's blinding, honestly. So I just want to encourage us to use these standards, read and reread and reread and reread and reread. And I know very well that we'll get fruit of success for it. Remember when we were doing our FMP? I think that was before, maybe 2003. The first FMP that IFMA came to do in Nigeria, FMP training. And the man wanted to talk to us about alternate power. And so we looked at the Oyibo man like this. We said, sir, let's jump this topic. And the man said, why? We said, we already have power sorted. He said, do you have alternative power understanding? We said, we have knowledge about the alternative to the alternative that is supporting the alternative. Sir, jump this topic. You want to tell us about power alternatives? Forget it. The man was amazed, but it shows about our locality and what you can learn even from the problems. When they were talking about the civil servants, one thing you must not disdain is experience. You must not disdain age, experience, and you must not disdain people's failures. In the civil service system, they are packed with knowledge because if there's one group that does training, those people do training. There's so much to learn from them. But sometimes when they say government services, you raise your nose up. But there's packed knowledge in those people. And so let's be able to tap out of what we already have in our system and improve ourselves with it. Now we want to move to the meat of the program, or the second meet. The first one meet has been done, which is the certification. We move to the graduation ceremony itself. And I thought we were going to get a clap to that because that's the reason why you're all wearing these mufflers. Please individually make sure you do a selfie so that you can post it because it goes on your various social media platform. That also goes to job help. So we're going to start by, we'll be calling the names of the graduates one after the other. So in this way, please, let's be agile. I'm going to be using all the words that Mr. Wahulabi has used today. So let's be agile so that we come quickly and we move on. So we're going to start from the list that I have. Am I getting any other list? So let me start with Famuyiwa Ismail Oluwaseun. Are you here? Okay. Following him right behind is Esther. What's going on? Please hold on a second. Can I have it? Give it to me. We are working under a lot of volatility and uncertainty. So we must have sufficient information to overcome the complexity and reduce ambiguity with experience. Okay. So I'm going to have to start in another way. So you see, when you carry this certificate, you see all that title under it, be proud, you paid for it, you earned it. Okay. So let me start with Esther Olawepo. Esther. Is Esther here? Okay. Esther Olawepo. Okay. Quickly followed by Ajibola Odewale. Ajibola Odewale, please stand. Okay. Obayi Omobolanle Anthony. Obayi Omobolanle Anthony. Obayi Omobolanle Anthony. Victor Chukwuemeka Osage. Victor Chukwuemeka Osage. Victor, is this with you? Abiola Foluke Ayodele. They should let me know. Over there. This one over there. Don't let us know you're wrong. Abiola Foluke Ayodele. She's the next one. Just stand. Oluwayemisi Bukola Shofoluwe. Somebody needs to stand there so that they can order them forever. Oluwayemisi Bukola Shofoluwe. Inena Priska Chigoze Akwanwa. Okay, Frank Awani Aguma. Frank. Fadahunsi Olayinka Wasiu. Fadahunsi Olayinka Wasiu. Fadahunsi, followed by Aziz Suleiman Babatunde. Aziz is next after Fadahunsi.
Aziz Suleiman.
Followed by Ajagbe Mojid Anyide. Ajagbe Mojid Anyide. Please, once you're coming out, please just indicate so we know you're here. Ajagbe Mojid Anyide standing by there. Alabi Kayode. Alabi Kayode. Inwa Okoro. Oyinyechi Gift. Stand here. Ishola Sodiq Oluwadamilola. Ishola Sodiq Oluwadamilola. Ogundiran Adewale. Ogundiran Ayodele, is he here? Idowu Oluwafemi Andrew. Idowu Oluwafemi Andrew. Okay. Atomeji Oluwatayo Matthew. Olugbenga Temitope Emmanuel. Olugbenga Temitope Emmanuel. Opayemi Ojetunde. Opayemi Ojetunde. Is Opayemi Ojetunde here? Okonla Wakande David. Okonla Wakande David, is he here? Adeyi. No, it's yes. Opayemi Ojetunde. He's coming. He's coming. He's there, he's waiting. Adeyinka Fajemiroye. Adeniji Clement, please be on your way here. Adeniji Clement. Dada David Oluwagboyega. Dada David Oluwagboyega. Can you pronounce it? Yeah, please pronounce it. Please pronounce the name. You should coming down.
Maybe you are too. Is that what I name? Sorry. Thank you.
Roland Edith.
Roland Edith, we need you to display some high level of activity.
Omoraka Apoho James. Okay.
Roland,
Shofoluwe Moses Shegun. He's there already.
James,
Shofoluwe Moses Shegun. Akiode Patrick Oluwaseun. Is that Akiode here? Okay. Akoni Bukun Bobola. Thank you. Yeah. From one after the other. Thank you. Akoni Bukun Bobola. Is he here? And just so they can all come out together. You can't hold on and wait for them to.
Exactly, to save time. But it's okay the way you are doing this.
It keeps interrupting. Kolawole Ahmed. Kolawole Ahmed, are you here? Umoye Ogochukwu Judith.
Nwoye Ogochukwu Judith, where art thou?
That's what I'm saying. They need to be down so that they won't stop waiting for them. Florence Bosido Toge. Florence. Is Florence here?
You are going to write in a period. So
Huh?
I say you are going to write in a period. So just keep following.
Edith Omo Osage. Edith Omo Osage. Tell Paul, let her go. Tell Paul they will correct it. Tell you. Is she here? They'll give her, but they'll correct it later. Edith Omo Osage. Gabriel Asamoga. Obidare Olubumi. Obidare Olubumi. Okay, she's here. She's on her way. Joshua Shitu. Joshua Shitu. Is he here? Sylvia Nwaka. They are here waiting. Just hold on. Sylvia Nwaka. Okay.
How is she to go? Where is it?
It's there. It's better than lining up here than waiting for them to come. Rumide John Tosin. John Tosin. Okay. This is the next person. Rasak Yusuf.
Sylvia.
Rasak Yusuf. Rasak Yusuf. This is the next person.
Okay. John.
Faji Afis Abiodun. Abioye Bolajoko Rukayat. Abioye Bolajoko. Okay. Adumekwe Anslem. Okay.
Really nice.
Olusheyi Victoria Abdul. Is Olusheyi here? All right. My noble colleague.
Remember, Max-Migold on all social media platforms.
Michael Ogedengbe. Michael Ogedengbe. All right, cool. This name, if I do a bit of murder, please permit me and correct me and tell me the right way. Matthew Akomedaye. Please, sir. Akomedaye. Matthew Akomedaye. Thank you. It goes on there. Not sure. I'm just reading it as I have it. No. Yes, down. Okay, then be. The same goes with this. Matesu, Julius Adegoke. Julius Adegoke. Matesu. Okay. Interesting. This one's on here. Omoroge Oyiye Onwabuchi. That I know I got correct.
Julius.
Ajeleti Emmanuel Ayola. Bello Abdurrahman Olajuwon. Then Amoleka Odeoladende. What? And then okay. Bello Abdurrahman. Then Amoleka Odeoladende. Are you here? Okay, fine. Then I heard there's a representative for Kolawole Ahmed here to collect. So you can receive that. That's all. Interesting.
Okay.
That's all I have. That's all I have. Okay. They're no certificate. Those ones, they're not here. The ones that I've given, they're not here. But not for everybody. Yes. No. But we have members whose certificates we have not been called yet. So please just give us a few more minutes to undo this issue of volatility that we have on our hands. Before we are through today, VUCA will hear. They've called it so many times here today. 10-9. Okay. I just want to be sure whether the person to do the testimonial is ready. Max-Migold staff, are we ready with the testimonials? Pray the indulgence of graduates who has not been presenting certificates. Please just bear with the system for a little while. Max-Migold staff, is the testimonial interlude ready? Are we ready for testimonials? Can I have Kolawole certificate?
Just run through the names as quickly as possible.
Sure.
Take that for her. Just run through the names as
Kolawole.
quickly as possible so that they will come out to the fire.
Yeah. Okay, so quickly, Kolawole Ahmed, I hear is here now. So I need us to be very agile right now. So I'm just going to be calling the names rapidly so we can all come out and get this done. And
For the sake of clarity.
Umodu Daniel Chukuma. Umodu Daniel Chukuma. Tokumbo Lukman Bello. Tokumbo Lukman Bello. Famiwa Ismail Oluwaseun. Famuyiwa Ismail Oluwaseun. Ajayi Oluwatobi. Aziz Oyedele. Aziz Oyedele. Ajilaye Oluwayomi Emmanuel. Ajilaye Oluwayomi Emmanuel. Obasi Juliana Ndidi. Obasi Juliana Ndidi. Okay. Robert Essen. Robert Essen. Robert Essen. Please just kindly indicate once you are here, so we know. Abayomi Joseph Odekoya. Abayomi Joseph. Okay. Atilade Aremu Ajao. Atilade Ajao, are you here? Okay. Tell oh, they'll give you later. Yeah. Ufomba Celestine. Are you here? Okay. Taiwo Ekundayo. Taiwo Ekundayo. Emmanuel Oshuntade. Emmanuel Oshuntade. You reprint. Sorry. They will reprint. Is Emmanuel Oshuntade here? Omo Ika. Adimoye Uzoma Linda. Uzoma Linda, is she here? Abayomi Joseph. That was, I pronounced that. No, don't worry. Midie Kumo. Vianana. Wow. Okay. Taufik Awe. Abisola Oladun Oladunwa. You just said keep them coming. You just said keep them coming. Abidogun Adegoke Oluwatobi.
She said
She'll bring another one. There's no envelope anymore.
you should go with this.
You should go with the certificate. They will get you envelopes. Oladimeji Oladayo Sunday. Oluwatomisin Folajimi Ogunyemi. Olokoba Temilade. Iwoye Jachike. Akindele Olusegun Kabir. Udo Uduak Godwin. Usman Aderemi Akim. Usman Aderemi Akim. Moro Mubo Oludiran. Momo Mubo Oludiran. Daniel Abraham. Again, Nneka Ogbonna. I don't think she's here. Ajilaye. Ajilaye. Emmanuel Oshuntade. Abayomi Odekoya. And Olabisi Kolawole.
So, I want to call this social media platforms.
DJ, about to do something, please be on standby. Ladies and gentlemen, homies and graduates, grab your phones. DJ, let's have this. Whenever the DJ plays this song, anywhere, please. In the club. But please don't try it at home. This song, oh my gosh. You are owing house rent 8 months. You are agreed to rent. And your landlord, what do you mean? All right, let's grab our phones. Once you follow this social media and something special is waiting for you. Let's go. On Instagram, Max-Migold trainings. That is at Max-Migold trainings. That is the first angle. Second angle, stay on Instagram, Max-Migold. That's it. Somebody is monitoring all your activities. First follow, then hashtag Max-Migold. You are looking for just 5. What is the meaning of Need to say these are not design as what we usually use. Including all of my dogs. But I'm not only related to all right, Instagram at Max-Migold trainings. First one, there is second handle at Max-Migold. Follow, like, comment, post, hashtag Max-Migold. Trust me. Okay, we have a winner, just one. We need 5 more. We need 5 more. Then Facebook, if we've done that, let's move over to you. Facebook now. Facebook, we handle the name Max-Migold. Please remember, Instagram we need 5, Facebook we need 5, LinkedIn we need 5. Twitter will be 5. Yes, like literally say, Twitter at Max-Migold. Okay, we have 3 now. No, just okay. We have 3. Something awesome. We have 3. Some not ordinary.
We need to pause. We need to pause.
All right, teacher, look at that. Thank you. That's it. Windows are closed.
Okay. You know, there's this Yoruba proverb that they say that I won't be able to translate. Too. They say that you only want you, you know. So the last two graduates, they're part of the system, but it also takes a lot of effort to be able to not do a you know, just to be able to do it on a straight and narrow like every other person. So let me call the last two that were presenting certificates to this afternoon. Suleiman Barakat and Ajayi Olamide. So could you run this up so that we can...
Please, Instagram, we have 4 already. Facebook, you know the handle. Twitter at Max-Migold. Remember, just 2 handles. Yeah. The other one at Max-Migold. At reception, winners will be announced.
There you go.
Where are we now?
11. So, ladies and gentlemen, let me just crave your indulgence for a few seconds while we wait for the list for testimonials. We need 1 or 2 people to speak to their experience. Okay, yeah. So, just let's hold on for that. Yeah, they're coming, but you can continue.
Congratulations. Winners. Graduates. So we have some people who want to say something about the institution and the government. We are going to take us through.
Okay, so for the testimonials, thank you, DJ. We're going to be calling the class. We're going to be calling the class governors from the graduating class so that they can give testimonials. Please, 1 minute, 30 seconds. 1 minute, 30 seconds for each of the governors that would speak here. Because I know there's refreshment, but so that it doesn't get cold, but it's very important. So we're going to start with Ibukun Akoni for the class 12. Ibukun Akoni, class 12, the governor of class 12. Please come up so that you can give a testimonial. You must be agile. Any situation, you adapt yourself quickly. Start thinking as you come up. You'll be followed by Julius Mateson for the class 14. We're going to have 2 from class 14. Yes, sir. Please.
Good afternoon, everyone. I didn't see this coming, so I'll be surprised. Okay, on behalf of the batch, ours was April to June 2021. just want to say thank you to Max-Migold. Personally, it wasn't what I expected. It was beyond my expectation. That's what I mean. So, and being a part of the training, and of course, graduating today, even before graduating, a lot of things have changed in my life. Just like what Mr. Paul was saying, it's not just about my career, even my life, because of course I've changed job. I'm more, hands-on when it comes to what FM is about compared to, what it was before I did the training. So it was a real awesome experience for me. And that's what I would say for now. So thank you very much. God bless you.
Let's acknowledge him a bit better. It took a lot of confidence to do that. No, earlier when Mr. Inyobong was speaking about BIM and all, and we're talking IT, he just said, it made a mention now, he just said he didn't see this coming. That's one of the things Mr. Wolabi pointed to in FM. You often don't see it coming. You wake up and you think everything is just going to be fine. And then, they say for FM, the greatest maxim that works most well is when something is going to go wrong, everything will go wrong. That's the greatest maxim in FM, because you have it all done, dusted, pointed everything. We had a visitation from WHO, one of the officers I managed. Everything was set to the earth, and then it started to pour. Rain. On a day it wasn't supposed to rain. The man in charge of quality, the guy just put up his hands on his head like that, because there was just no way to get around it. But you take it up, and then that becomes part of the experience. So the next time you're planning, you plan rain, and then the person will tell you in December, you say just put rain inside, just plan for rain. Let's just be on the safe side. And then the issue of IT, you can't get around it. You just have to become more IT savvy. A lot of things you're going to be doing in FM is going to be centered around that. You get a contract to manage a farmland in Maiduguri. Why get into the road? You just fly your drones and let it go do it. Drones do measurements now. So you just have to be part of that. That's part of the adaptability. It's that you adapt to that world, or you're going to be left in a prehistoric stage. So become part of those people that begin to change, begin to think of solutions yourself. The people thinking of those solutions, they don't have foreheads now. And it's out of adversity that some of these things come. Just keep doing it. So for the class of 14, Julius Matesu is waiting. Okay, please come up stage, sir. Followed by Abiola Yodele. And I'm going to tell a story about you.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Julius. And I don't know, I have a lot of testimony, but I'll just share one. This is 21st century. I think we'll all agree. And it looked like when you are using a needle to sew a cloth, and sometimes, after a while, you buy a sewing machine. After a while, you buy an electric machine. I'm using needle to sew, but now I'm using an electric machine. Super speed, and I'm short of words. I want to say thank you to Max-Migold. It is very, very impressive. It is a learning tool. If you are not here, I don't think you'll be anywhere in the world. If you didn't learn facility management here, anywhere you learn it, they will just give you a tip of an ice bag. They will not give you the real ice. And before you know it, the ice will melt and you'll be crying, God, what will I do? So thank you, everyone. Thank you, Mr. Paul. Thank you, sir, for, being part of this, sharing this, giving us this knowledge. God bless you all.
Thank you very much, Julius. Electric machine. What a wonderful illustration. It tells you that it gets it. It gets it. When I look at the list of subjects you covered in your program. You know, I was making reference to Paul earlier that when we did our FMP, I think we had about, I think it was not more than 7. When they say something is full, this is a very rich program. And you see, to speak to the issue of volatility, it is in the trenches of problems when you thrive in opportunity. When they say, you know, Yoruba, if the gold doesn't go through the fire, it's not going to shine as gold. In 2000 and early 2000, someone called and said, you know, that's when we're just starting. COVID was just doing, it was just playing. We're not really sure where the world was going. You were just reading it. And before you know it, it became, this will not be joke matter again. I was called to come and do consultancy in the setting up of a COVID center. Okay, because I do a lot of healthcare consultancy operations. So it was exciting to go there. And then as they were leaving, they all just started, all the stakeholders, they just started dropping their overall. And someone said, who is going to manage this center? And then the lady said, she's the one who knows how to manage the hospital. I said, excuse me? I mean, that was part of it, but you know, it was interesting. It was a 76-bed center with 10-bed ICU. It was COVID. Everywhere was locked down. I learned procurement in the hardest of ways. I learned human endearment in the hardest of ways. You want to post for the person who is bringing it from the London. You're not even sure if you remove yourself from that queue. You don't know when you're going to get the next, you know, face mask and the surgical gloves and all the PPEs you're going to use. Try just get, you have to be toasting. And you're saying, even if the string is not complete, you say, just do something. And then they get it here. And then your nurses and doctors are telling you, sorry, it's not MPF, I'm not wearing. And then you'll be begging. I said, double layer. They say, double layer. As Mr. Akure, I am not wearing. You want to kill me? I'm not wearing. I'm not wearing. And then you start begging the nurses and doctors, let's double this thing. Say, what is the rating? It's not even 95. No, I know they wear. And then you have to learn how to toast people with money. The lessons you learned, you will learn when you are in the deep trenches. Don't take it for granted. That's where heroes are made, not in the glitz and the glamour. Because once you're able to overcome those things, you will come out on the other side better. You have your scars, but the scars tell a story. And that's the reason why I said I was going to say something about this lady. Even if she says nothing here. She made me who I am today.
I used to be a very shy person. And let me say in quotes, slow. But my first boss that I ever have in my life, she's the first person. Very detailed, and she doesn't take no for an answer. So when you're saying, yes, so when I came here and I saw her today, I'm like, God, you know, like she's here. I'm like, part 2, continue. So I'm sure, let me just say it like this. She taught me to be proactive. You know, when you're thinking about one solution, I'm thinking about 10. So she made me who I am in this, well, as in this facility business. I actually have mass communication as my major, both my BSc and my MSc. But diverting into facility was just more like, okay, who can do this job? And she just said, go for it. As in, they needed someone to do a housekeeping job. And she just put me there. I'm like, Ma, what am I going to do in housekeeping? I don't know anything about. She just said, do it. And I found myself today doing a housekeeping job. And I just decided, okay, let me just butter this up. I joined the facility management course, and here I am today, and I'm seeing her again. I'm just like, I'm on the right track, you know? So thank you, Ma. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, Ma.
What she also didn't say was that she's a learner. Even if you are angry and she go and just say, can you just leave? Just leave for now. She will come back. Bella will come back and say, she'll stand by the door. Ma, just tell me one more time. I will go and do, just tell me one more time. So she really wants to learn. When you scream, she'll still come back. They will look up again. I say, you should go. No, ma, okay, ma, let me wait. When you're ready, just tell me. I will do it. And it's been interesting to see how far she has She's come. So I celebrate you. Well done and congratulations again. And I have Ayola Ajeleti. Okay, fantastic. Your surname is a very strong Yoruba name. Ajeleti. Wow. No, sir. Ajeleti. If you know the meaning, it's agility.
Good afternoon, everyone. Yeah, I'm a bit emotional at the moment, anyway, but I'll try to, to be myself. Yeah, thank you. It's a privilege to the Almighty God to be here today and to experience this. I shared a story in one of the classes then that I've been hearing about Max-Migold for like five years ago, thereabout, getting emails from Mr. Paul. But I never for once like, let me just give it a try to come in here. So after passing through Max-Migold, I'm like, wow, I have been missing a lot for this well. Okay, well, Max-Migold is a wonderful organization. I've been going to trainings ever since, but sincerely speaking, they are different, they are unique. When it comes to organization, they are highly organized. When it comes to media, as in communication, IT, they are just too wonderful. I'm not here to like probably to sing their praise, but I'm being real. They are wonderful, and I bless God. I pass it through them. And secondly, based on what we were taught that we're a jack of all trades, this FM stuff is not about discipline or what to learn in school, So I'm like using this very medium to like employ every one of us in the house to just be the advocate of FM so that we can have what? A better country and a better world. And God will help us in Jesus' name. So I think that's what I can say for now. Thank you so much. I'm very grateful.
Thank you very much, Mr. Agility. Thank you. I was to ask, we are trying to make up for time that we lost at the beginning. I was to ask if there was any other one who want to speak. One of the persons I wanted to celebrate was Sheyi Abdul. She's here in the class. I'm not going to ask her to come up and speak, don't worry. But Sheyi Abdul is an associate of the Nigerian of Estate Surveyors and Value. She's a chartered estate surveyor and valuer by profession. But Sheyi Abdul. But I think it goes to the art of learning, not believing that even just you're trained, you need to keep training. And so I really, really celebrate the fact that she's here. Learning, unlearning, and relearning. Congratulations again, darling. So if there's anyone else who has 1 minute, they want to share something. You're also learning public speaking in case you need to stand in front of your board of directors to give your budget presentation for the year. So if there's anyone here who feels compelled to share something about the experiences right here in this training. Okay, please. Do cover. I'm taking.
The Lord asked me to tell you. The degree here. Now wearing black. Okay, I wanted to say black rose. Nice one. What did they bring? Let's celebrate this. What did they bring? Blind man? Is that correct? Celebrate this. The Lord asked me to tell you that in your living room, you have to get repeated. Is that correct? So you do with the purpose.
I take enter my living room.
Is that correct?
Praise the Lord. Good afternoon, everyone. One of the things I learned going through the course with Max-Migold is that I'm not crazy. I will explain. I initially worked with a facility management company and then left facility management services company and then left for a demand organization. And those of us who are here who have worked with demand organization, you know what it is, the struggle you have to go through in trying to let the management know that this is the standard we have to keep in trying to get this. I see someone nodding now, in trying to render this service. And the management tells you, the demand organization tells you, this is what we want. So again, like I said, I learned that I was not crazy in thinking that there's a better way to do things. Even though I've been in facilities management for
10, 12 years, I knew there was something missing. So when I started this course, there was a confirmation that that thing missing, I found it. Also, the aspect of quality, we learned that quality a lot of times is a function of the customer's requirements. So if you think what quality you want to give to the customer if you think that's the best and the customer says, these are my requirements, you have to tailor what you're doing to the requirements of the customer, even whilst keeping to the standard or the regulatory requirements of the industry. One thing you must not do is drop your standard. So I learned about missing that thing, and then the quality, and also the fact that despite being in facilities management for this many years, we can always do better. Mr. Paul talks about us being generalists in what we do. And I tell you, I look forward to every class session. Well, I missed some, but I had to go through the videos. And the exam we went through, those of us who went through it, it was grueling. However, it also taught me something. You cannot achieve something without putting something else in. I don't know if that makes any sense. Something more, yes, something more, something has to give. You cannot not prepare for an exam and expect to pass that exam. Does that make sense? So speaking with Mr. Paul also has taught me a lot of things. By the way, the facility management company I worked with at that time, he also worked with the company at the time, AMF. So at the point when I was 4 or 5 years in the demand organization, I was wondering, why did I leave AMF? Because I was actually learning something. But I remember what I told my MD then, that I've learned some things that I think I would like to go and replicate somewhere else. But I struggled. However, another thing I learned was we talked about during our courses how to present whatever were our strategy. So the C-suite. So I've learned that also. Yes, sir. And that's the last thing I wanted to talk about, that the part of communication. I actually learned a lot when it came to that. And in fact, it helped me in a course I just finished. I just did a course in data analysis. And, with me being in between jobs, I was like, okay, let me think of something else. So I'm upskilling. So I did data analysis. Guess what? I found out that I can actually apply my data analysis skills in facilities management. In fact, that's what we have been doing many years. If you do your checklist in a month, you can do your trend analysis for just that 1 month checklist, and you get a result you can present to your management that will help you get a better result. So thank you so much, please.
Thank you very much for My apologies. We're out trying to make up for time, so I might not be able to take any more comments. But let's take heed. Like I said it earlier, let us respect experience. And let's just take heed to a lot of the things that Mr. Wolabi has shared. You know, earlier when he was talking about, can we have one house, please? Earlier when he was speaking to the number of years that he has been working, combined with his colleague, and the number of years they spent in a seasoned organization like GTB, and then taking that to GTO, when you're speaking of quality, experience, and tenacity, staying the course, just studying on. It's very, very important. The other thing I'd like to say is, please don't shut any door. You know, when he was speaking, he spoke about the Gen Z in his office. Don't shut any door. Don't think you're so good that I'm going on to something new and you bang the door on your way out. You'll be very surprised that you find it very difficult to open that door when you even need it. So let's be careful. Try to leave the door ajar a bit as you're moving on in life. And when you're speaking about there's nothing you cannot get, he said there's nothing. It just depends on your tenacity and your approach technique. While I was working at Civil Operations in a paramedic company, we wanted to improve our ambulance services. And I found that one of the best business profile was an organization called Dial 1268 in India. They started with 5 ambulances. They have over 3,000 now. So I wanted to learn about them. So I sent a mail. I Googled, I found out who was in charge, the chairman and all of that. The chairman, one of the board members, his name is Shafi Mata. He's one of the uprising entrepreneurs in India. And I sent a mail to the lady in charge. And I kept sending, I don't know her from Adam. I just found her on LinkedIn, introduced myself, and I started talking to her. And I think I got to a place it was like respectable stalking. So the lady had to send me a message finally and said, sorry, I don't know you. Why are you stalking me? And that's why it's very important that your profile on your LinkedIn is responsible. Please stop having sexyoluwole@gmail.com. There is nothing professional about those kind of emails. You want to project a right frame. And everything matters. The way you take your pictures, what you write about yourself, the way you write out your CV on LinkedIn or any of the social media platform. And you must also be careful how you pattern yourself, what you speak to. Don't be very flippant in issues of economics or finance or politics. You have to be very careful because you're building a profile for yourself online. I know online never forgets. So she calls me and says, eventually she responds. I said, how can I help you? And I told her what I wanted. I said, that's all you wanted. And you have been stalking. I said, yes, but I know you could get it for me. So she said, well, no problem. I'm a chairman, but I will get the MD to speak with you. They will teach you anything you need to know. And just because I patterned myself, I got notes and things, invitations that I would never imagine possible. But someone who would understand, he would understand what I'm talking about. You know, we wanted to do AHA, American Arts Association certification in Nigeria, to be a training center. And I found the person who was in charge, speaking to the issue of tenacity. His name is Glenn Van Alten. He's in charge of the Middle East and Africa. And I started sending emails. I told him what I wanted, and I told him I wasn't going to stop until he answered me, or he declares me person or grantor in the internet. So he calls me one Sunday. I said, hello, is this Jumoke, whatever? Yes, I said, what do you want? You've been stalking me, sending me emails on LinkedIn. I said, I want to set up a training center for the American Association here in Nigeria with my company that I was working with then, because we're a paramedic company. He said, that's all. I said, yes. He said, well, you're going to get the fastest, because of your tenacity, you're going to get the fastest registered center that I've ever done. And in 3 months, I got a certificate and training center approval that will have taken me almost 18 months to do. And to the effect that when he was now going to Dubai, he said he was going to stop over in Nigeria because he wanted to see me. I'm sure my physical, did not qualify for the harassment. So eventually it was just you. I said, yes, this is all of me. But the point is, stay the course, be focused, stay there. You know what it gives? The rock that is broken by a body of water. It's not because it's rushing. It's a continuous tenacity. It's just easily rubbing it away. Stay the focus, stay the course. There's no free meal in Freetown. Okay? Thank you very much. Now we're going to move quickly to presentation of plaques to our dignitaries here, our facilitators and our chairman of the event. And in fact, this chairman, if we paid him, we couldn't pay him enough for the words of wisdom and knowledge. Please give it up for Mr. Kazim Owolade. But you see, the issue is that whether no, not Mr. Paul. No, Mr. Paul, I'm calling. OC, whether he likes it or not, he's going to say a word. You know, he's just trying to blend. He's going to say a word to us, whether he likes it or not, before we leave this program today. So please let me call Paul, everybody, the MD CEO, Max-Migold, to take over this award giving ceremony. Thank you.
Thank you very much. I want to make this a very quick announcement that every year we have the guest practice. As a matter of course, and this year, my pleasure to announce the best graduating student of the year 2026 is Mokoro Meyechi. The other three students, they will not get in a fine. But all four of them, say, Adam Adi H2O, whose MD is here at Chairman Education to the MD here, and they made financial award to all four of them. Because one of these four finally wants to be and because of the program, so they are going to find a very nice. Okay, but since Madam Joy is here, we will announce their name. So can I get their name now? And then last day, give them a call. Thank you very much. Number 2 on your screen is Kuma Kudo. Here. We have my father individuals of that here. We're going to get a handshake, a German handshake. And I want to know you about this. And put in a mouth or around. Thank you very much. Thank you for that collaboration. And finally, I'll speak away. I'm very happy. Now, for the first, the Bible gets this student, she's very cash about 100,000 naira. And you know, the other thing, they need to get the cash out. The special one for our chairman. Before grandfather having a level, we should be good about slides for education, as well as for special people who are native program. When we started out in 2016, I'll teach and I'll invite somebody from America. Can read it if you read about first grade, or the reading from Canada. When we move to the point where we now have grounded years. Not that we're not running, but it's very kind of research for their experience. So they're all in their life. So let's start from our chairman, before this is location, the best economic market company act. And ever since then, that record of interest in us back and always coming back here, before that. That's why I hope you might just really moves. I don't get to remember it won't be. And then, the last thing is like, let's not even spoil like this. Let me, and I know what I want to talk to be able to be able to do.
Yeah. Yeah, go on. Mm. You. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you.
Special recognition for
Mr. Oshino.
the distinguished men of marketing.
Thank you very much, Mr. Rubami. Careful. We move. Thank you very much. As we're moving on, one thing Mr. Wolabi said then, he said, and then we complain when the bad runs. There's a phrase that has been credited to Pastor Bakare, who says, please listen very carefully. He says, if the best of us stand aside and allow the worst of us to be in control, the best of us have to live by the laws made by the worst of us. So when in any sphere, it doesn't have to begin and end at the federal level, or you say federal government, government, even from your local government, even from your clothes, your estates, your community, things are going wrong. And then you all say, well, that's all part of the Nigerian story. And another thing I want to call our attention, this is a day of learning, celebrating. I want you to quickly remember that you need to dress as you want to be addressed. Yes, you must be ready to be in the trenches, but then you must also be ready to stand in the boardroom. And one of the things, if you do not know how to differentiate both sides, you might never be able to get what you're worth. Because all you will be projecting is just a technical end. And then you see them come and bring somebody that they say the person went to read plenty books. And then you'll be there feeling frustrated. So you must learn how to speak the language of business, learning to be in the trenches with the overalls, but also knowing how to don the suits to be in the boardroom. It's extremely important. And to the issue of lobbying, you must learn how to sell yourself to everybody that you're involved with. If you're going to be presenting your budget at the end of the year, identify who are those decision makers that will be in the boardroom. You begin to have to start selling yourself before the day to them. You must be talking to them before the day. All they are coming to do is just concur on what you're saying. I am a board of trustee member in my estate where I live on the Oleki. They buy into your idea. Before we go for any board of meeting, you will have called yourself, okay, during the Resident Association meeting, you said it and somebody will come in and we clean it out. So that when we get there, you have understanding. You don't get there and be agitated. That is wisdom. You see, so you must learn what to speak the language. If not, you will end up with a frustration where you think because you are technical and you will stay technical. They just put in charge of the technical department. They'll be increasing your salaries, but the important place to be is in the boardroom. That's where things are happening. And COVID has done one thing for FM that I don't think 100 years of our work will have done for us. It exposed the importance of facilities management in everything we do. So it has given us that exposure. We are left to ride on it and make sure we justify all that it has brought to fore for us. If we do not do that, then all that period will have been lost. And it's a privilege because some people died so that you could project. I was talking about it just now. One of the people we lost in my center, people came and they were shocked because this was a mover and shaker in Nigeria. And they saw him coming out in a body bag. I know they were asking themselves, is this X, Y, and Z? This X, Y, and Z. He was a member of our National Assembly. And that's life. So you remember one time you're doing this job that people pay the price to give you this noise. Because before, you know where our offices were. So I should not tell you now. You know, at the back, if you in the store, near the generator, that's where your office is. God help us. So now, please, let's move to the C-suite. And with ISO, the sky is not even your limit. So now we'll be moving on to the next item, which is induction to the alumni body and the inauguration of the alumni council. That'll be done by Mr. Paul Erubami. Thank you.
Thank you very much. So I'm going to go straight to the point. I had each alumni copy from the election direction. I'm going to read out the mission and the objectives of the alumni association.
Hold on, please. Please, if you don't have it, please, can you put up your hand so that one can be gotten to you quickly? Please keep your hands up.
If somebody doesn't have the alumni permission, I'm going to read out the mission and the objective, and then we're going to do the alumni declaration together. I was going to planning competition to do that. Once we have done the alumni declaration together, I'm going to announce the names of the members of the alumni council. The governing body of this alumni association. This is the Pioneer Alumni Association. I'll read out the terms of reference and get to work. So, the mission to create and reinforce lifelong intellectual, professional, and external connection among the members to serve the community and to strengthen the link between the alumni and the alumni members. All right, so you're getting to the alumni affiliation, the facility management, manufacturing, diploma, alumni applications. Fmmc diploma, alumni application. I love the go ahead. One, provide a forum for alumni to be part of the present industry through mentorship and to give moral support to members. To promote FM as a career of choice, another good practice. In English, 3, act as an advocate of the content by taking to all different bodies, government and non-governmental organizations to act their role. 4, constant networking and social interaction among members of the government and stakeholders. 5, build professional relationship and promote collaboration between the alumni members. 8, increase engagement and involvement of alumni members and initiatives. 7, increase in family and organization of the area and profession. While these are the introductory objective mission, council is free in meeting to take an aim for one of the reference to be very structure. So easy to verify to show everything. I think a little bit of a little highlight that how it was. The alumni already basically at the water pump. And everybody has that focus. And I text the vibrancy, the level of engagement and yes, I'm not really moving that into informal communities with members as a professional association. It's what we do. Some of these that I'm saying will happen with the alumni here are already happening. I have at least 10 alumni who, when leaving the job, calls on their colleagues to do at least 10 in the last 2 years. The happening so far that where I said, so that something that I already have. Now, that is what it is of the idea. Nobody in this professional relation will ever, in that that's one of the goals of the association. Everybody will share it. And because of our nation, and nation provides the legal, both mental and really qualify you to be a guide of this program. You expect the amenities to be here. You expect that everybody who qualifies to be your group and nobody really needs. Okay, so you can leave that to divide the other thing. Another great advantage of this is you learn from the program and know that the world is always moving, so you cannot solve that, right? If you are not in the list of your alumni in the list of the people, before you know what's happening, one day you wake up at another time. Because the planets you were in when you graduated are moved on, right? And the fact that moved on and you're only following the trend with your colleague, so that you're in the right path, it's where you that's what will happen. So this alumni association We are not going to resolve pressure. We want a vibrant social group amongst the people and social and out. Events are one of the most professional in the world. And if there is a way to make time become where to care for your social and your state of mind, you're going on a social things. So this association should give up social events and activities so that we can have online and fun and networking. So this is our vision at the Annual Meeting. We are going to act that vision at the right place forward. So can we all please stand up? Everybody who has related to this program and present wherever you are sitting in this room and wherever you are listening to me, anywhere you are in the world or the team. I declare my commitment that as an active and engaged element of the United Council, I pledge to be committed to work ethically and some of corruption and also need to that my need. Number two, I aspire to promote the value of the council and to share and and then to be sustainable in all operational activities that affect the health, environment, and hence always try to be a leader and advocate for excellent integrity education in the field of FM. I promise to recognize the importance of fire education for all learning. I will use my experience and passion to make a difference in the industry. I will try to demonstrate respect, knowledge, and ability to all my friends. This is a round of applause. Very, very nice job. You have just created the biggest professional body in the industry we have. Two, you have just a commitment to be the best organizer at any organization. What is somebody finds you and need the notion that they are not used. I'm not going to high school guy to train. I'm not going to that into a regular. And I want to be when the sun beats red, but saying that every happy mediums one of an eye, because probably every give to FM by chance. You know what's that? That time, and really actually wanted. Well, there's all everyone where I keep my like I get grand, but I say it and national. You will be in this total. One, we have professional training, ethical mindset, now focus, and two, we have the numbers. So we don't know the association of every if my family is people, I don't get it, right? Sure.
Yeah.
The last time the essays of those were more than us in that field. Because the public hearing, essays about that 89 numbers. It's not the game to support us. Because they don't know how we're doing, they came to time again.
Lobby.
And I know that before was looking from different angles of the world. There was no response. Now that there was no language. So I that is only but I is one side and that. But I thought I did from the second night. So I didn't want to do it was an ice one. If I need for you, or rest for you, shade, you want to be at that. That's all about it. If I do, there is more than that. You don't matter. It's next. I feel like that one I thought maybe you were tired. Trying to be that. I didn't say I don't laugh. I don't laugh until you leave. That's the version. And it's right there. I went complete. The council is the last number delivery. When we together volunteer professional groups, you see some people start voting. They accept the honor, they get recognized. When you want the first meeting, they are busy. Second meeting, they are busy. You share that, they are not okay. The council is made delivery. So that when people want to vote in the office, right, those who want to vote for you, let them vote after a while. You see that they are voting, and what they do, they move on. Okay, that's what I get. And because we don't want it to be a council of a small number that goes to sleep, there must be 5 branches within the team that we put together who can talk and organize and get it done. This is why I have the hardest job. Why assistant 30 million work? Number one, incorporate the master based on our long aspirational way and therapy because of that information. Number two, the local online institution and I have so the career of each member has got the career of both into and health. Organize events, low pressure and social development, right? So if you see the first two items, they will require you to actually sit down and work, isn't it? A little bit institution, a little bit skills and everything. Okay. So it's important that we call the first meeting and then so let me call the names of those in this council who are going to start as the acting executive. Everybody are members of the council. But we're going to have administrative and president is responsible. Everyone on hand we have but not for to build out more secretary. And then we're going to have at secretary acting INE while with Father Riboli and I think I will have some bigger apparatus. Assistant government is the election in the second deputy president. So thanks very much. I'm going to read out the oath of office. Somewhere I'm not the lawyer, but are you on that page? Are you on that page? I, are you everybody said that? You can try to read back president as a member of the President Max-Migold Council. And for that pledge of both votes and agrees with the council. The church will do progress and sorted. Furthermore, I pledge to study sound judgment and perform all my duties with dedication. Which I accept the responsibility of maintaining the current ethical and moral standard. And refrain from any behavior that will bring disrespect to the council. Disrespect to the council, sorry. I accept the challenge of ensuring that our members, students, and alumni have access to the resources and support they need to thrive and grow. In this position, I will strive to promote the modern mission of the council and positively represent not only myself and the council, but our institution and the program. So help me. I see some back going on with a cloud with that is not usually start. That's what you're going to do. The main party is happening now.
I hear you. Huh? Yes. Yes, yes.
I just want to say what any conversations about families. We don't say in the past Okay, so
Closing remarks.
Story time, like not saying enough. So I don't let it loud noise. You receive it, you display it, you shout it out. Anybody that clicks on the link to be found out, you see exactly what went to it. There will be no question as to who is qualified and who is not qualified in everyone's way. Nobody will ask because once you have that, they click and the direction is the thing you will see. Okay, so earlier this year, around the month of August to September, we launched the Women in Area Scholarship. You know, for the first time, because of my experience in area, I think I've done all the time to operate women together. I mean, look at our registry, see, we are not quite there. We are still 2 to 1. 9 to 10. But everything else generally is 9 to 1. So the evidence that achieve the major milestone. Our scholarship of women was aimed at bringing more women into the event. By offering 50%. We set a goal to have 100 women and those 20 were able to get out. Today, we are hosting such especially we open to actually for 7 days. If you have attended this event, or somebody you referred to the program, because you were here and looking at all the names, I can check my attendance that we're here. Whether name or video, take scholarship at 7 days. And the 24th of September, we will open it now, open mail and email. Attended the graduation of someone you know is trying to take advantage of your attendance. This will have a name in the situation for engage. Mr. Peter was the graduation told me that the beginning of the last day we check and the other name of attendance. You are going to get that. So please, maximum is giving a lot. I want us to get a resounding applause. At the price of things, we try to stay as close as we can. But what is good is that to each and but with this scholarship, I mean, for a good number to take advantage of me, it's actually about the kind of guy. Some of us, we do buy the new gold ticket, and then come to me and say, sorry, I couldn't do it. All right. Every year, at the end of our graduation, I give you predictions. And all of my predictions are Before 2019, we used to train our graduates. And we go door to door with company. If we train them, come and sell them an intern, they will not be paid. And then they will interview them, select the best ones and give them the best opportunity. From 2019, in fact, in 2020 graduation, I said they're going to be exact professional to their families. That's actually we surveyed some companies coming to us to ask for intern. And when we talk to our students, like maybe for internship graduate, they are like, how much are they paying? I don't know that, I thought to sign up for the internship. I'm really angry more than that. The data has been demanded. The demand for FM is rising. Vacancies are enough. Now that makes one problem that I have to be. The people of FM changing jobs where they are not on even 1 year in the rules. You are in the job and they're calling you to change it. There's more. But it's not on the phone, but it's better. You can't be a partner, you're still money. If you're not able to show the value to the material and say, even if it's 1 naira, don't go to be naira. You are totally put yourself in a current situation. So many reasons, but the pressure is still on. And the best way is go and pick up the book. And when that I think, they also me how much of the 200 or so. I still try like that. She's here, well, and so do not settle for less. The demand will be high, but please don't offer great stability. And for this stability, we need to concentrate on the solid value over a period of time. It can't be good. Nobody knows changing the nature of this generation. Right? This is so we should look back. Practice the one. Anyway, we not on your day. Oh, the board. That's not really a day. You're going to we did that. Okay, on. So man, the committee demand, and it required that people for 70K. People are in 10 years employment, pay the payment 70K. You don't want to people. And I have to help them. Why is that? Because you know that you have to see you have to take your own time. You don't have this has to be anyone listening, wherever you are in the world today. If you know that there is only one person for one thing, and you want to have the past day of the event, and they don't want that walking into it, take it down and you know where you are standing, also in terms of the that was my condition. In 2021, I said that we're going to have a lot of cost pressure because of energy. A lot of regulation going on around because not of dysfunction. We need to really doing other things like the oil and gas of the saw contract being terminated. Obviously, we don't have because we saw FM, individual, big challenge, concourse, not like very senior professionals in the world. People with 20 years experience, they earn very high, but they don't be trained to become social and efficient. So when they are working, it's not the service. It's hard to on the I can't put it down, don't have to. But once you go, you struggle to find a job. You know why you struggle to find it? Because the diploma graduates have signed up all the green jobs and doing it's only higher than people are ending the other month. That's the problem. How do you do that? So, cost pressures are not going to go away. Proactive FM, risk management, strategy, things that are going to help construction, cost savings, and people who are really allowed. But my prediction of this graduation. That going to face the reality of only one person. So I'm going to face the reality of having to engage or work with highly informed persons. Before 1990, most of my name is like a profession in global. If I talk to 2000, the highest increase by manager, it was very informed. If you check companies and if you manage their facility, they have a meal standard research levels, they have operations of the economics of that. They never use to manage that up until maybe 2000. But today, companies are very using the manager's room at all levels of that. That's one, awareness. Two, your service levels and education of service is no longer a secret. The customers now know. But if you employ by a standard, if this doesn't really do my head, that was no school. You're ready to deal with customers and understand what you should. So don't play ignorant. Like, where is this coming from? To demands, requiring to serve excellent, that you show how they are implementation. And it's also demand that implementation. But they are highly, they are really demanding. You see, please don't pay. Something to come out to pay, space for them. Go look at our buildings and codes. From all the service levels, from all the contract time, even the proposal. Now they are sending you 300 pages of write-up. Detailed certification. If I use that to the end, there's a little bit especially. You see the RFP document. It's not a good. And what does it mean? We want to document our process. There must be a time to think how this will happen to us. We must be able to happen to cities. We must understand our customers deeply enough as much as strategic level, so that everything we do and should reflect our kind of strategy and be ready for the innovation together. Because the more we become customer, the more we have social needs. But don't panic, because the way this strategy in-house, who is going to manage the resources isn't it? If you find it in the instruments, they're not there. The enterprise is going to so support the process of the local verification, the local implementation. Follow up with more data and needs for every company. Let every company come in and so that's the relation of a highly informed On the final note, just in line with my direction to 2021, a recession is highly limited. It's not going to be necessary. All those proposals look at those house projects, only the spend plus any other precautions. Every regulation change. If 5 regulations go out of business, 3 So every shift need to outsource good relationship of which for the bottom of the mission. So you can make it profit, we are making, they make loss, we are making. So that is something. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Thank you. We're going to be doing some pictures soon. But while the MD CEO was speaking about the predictions and speaking about the cost head and how we need to be agile, we need to be very nimble, we need to be lean as facilities managers, we need to be very lean. And it will help our organization, like he said, just a re-emphasis, don't fight the process. Just because what it automatically do is a promotion. When you hear that some parts of what you do have been outsourced, because then that means you're becoming a more strategic player in your organization, being part of them to judge the way services are being done, and you're no longer in the trenches with the. So you need to also refine your mindset about the range that you're getting. And like you said, we've always lived with the cost in healthcare. We've always lived with it that apart from salaries, the highest other thing we have is all the operations, because it costs a hand and a food. One of the very good things you could consider doing is in your organization, begin to create in the companies where you work or you're going to work, begins to create each of the departments as strategic business units so that everyone begins to pay attention to their costs and their income. That way, you're not the only one carrying the load, because there's something in business could be called putting a monkey on your back. If everybody just comes and dump it on facility, we need to change this thing, they go away. So all of a sudden, everybody is waiting for you. Meanwhile, that's not really your job. So when they're bringing it, so it's called putting a monkey on your back. Sooner than later, you see the facility manager is bent over with everybody's struggles on his head. Meanwhile, he also has his own strategic KPIs to meet. So as they're giving you the monkey, return it back to them. Let everybody be a strategic. So they're also reporting to you at the end of the day. When you begin to open work orders for every department, before they call you for a matter, they think twice. But don't you think people should just slow down the way you are using that machine? Because you know these FM people now, they will come now, they will add this to they will deduct it from our income. So you get everybody thinking straight. And once they start doing that, it's making your jobs a little bit easier. Recession is going to be all over. Whether you jump or you don't jump, the whole world is in recession. The whole world is in recession. So let's keep a straight head on our shoulders. And I wish you all the very best. Thank you very much. We're going to be going into, thank you very much. We're going to be going into pictures right now. I have our camera men here. So we're going to take some here, and then we'll go out and take the rest before we start the party. We will take the pictures first before we start eating, so that the reference does not stain the pictures. Please be upstanding, please. Can we have all the graduates in the middle line? Please help us, if you are not you don't have this yellow sash. Please, can you allow us to use this middle? Will you go there so that you can be?
Please, if your eyelashes is missing, I have one here, not of eyelashes. Thank you. I saw the ground eyelashes. Oh, I see how you get now.
For people that has a bit vertically disadvantaged,
I see greatness.
Please, can we come in front here so that you can, please come to the front. People like me that are vertically disadvantaged like this. Yeah. She's most of the women that are not you should come to the come to the front. You're hiding. They can't see your picture. Huh?
Good, I will see you.
Never. Maybe they no show for picture after spending how many hundred thousand. They do a test. Okay, thank you. Robert Essien, I have your certificate here. Found. You pay to collect though. Thank you.
Okay, please. Just stay and prepare your job.
Please, can you are appearing in the picture?
I should sit on. Okay.
Barakat, can you stay in this picture? You are graduating. Come to the front. Yeah.
Let me walk.
No, they are.
All right. Hello.
Let me say Max-Migold. Let me say Max-Migold. Let me say that's what I really think. What I would say. Efficiency. With the speech. Max-Migold, the real deal. Hashtag Max-Migold. Oh, a smile. Mr. Ogedegbe, smile. Smile. Oh, Max-Migold.
Yes.
Thank you. Can you quickly sit for a few minutes? They will do it outside. Yes, yes, but just a few moments. When is the closing?
Yeah.
The gentleman at the. Thank you very much. God bless Nigeria. Let's go out there. The ceremony continues outside. So have fun. It was lovely to be here. Have a good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. God bless you. Thank you. Yeah, okay.
You can join us.
Who's taking the picture? So, only one taken. Why not say Pepe them? Hi, darling. Hello, ma'am.
Please, let's move. Feel free to take pictures outside over to the section venue. Remember, your eyelashes are ceramics. Long for sound eyelashes. Can you see me?
Thank you. Congratulations. You are rocking. Come instead of go and do this. Hi. Yeah. Thank you. Huh? Okay. My name is and to me only. But I'm you again. Congratulations. Thank you. Can I join? Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah. Let's start. But it was more like I haven't thought about moving. I used to hear in my house.
I'm about to go. I just see. Good afternoon. Very fine.
Ah, my phone, no. Ah, this camera. It's crazy camera.
I have take one. Can use you for last one, okay. Last one, yes. I'm not taking a picture now. I think let's take a picture.